orang-orang Jepang yang menjadi Islam atau menjadi Muslim. Ya kita punya sekarang kita akan berdiskusi dengan pertama Mas Naoki Yamamoto dan yang kedua Mas Pak Abdul Aziz Matsumai. Intinya kita akan mendengar bagaimana dua saudara kita ini memilih Islam sebagai jalan hidupnya yang sekarang. Oke. Dan kita mulai pakai diskusi dengan bahasa Inggris ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we are going to start our discussion now about how our Japanese brothers decided to be Muslim. So we would like to hear these stories from both of you. Maybe one of you would like to start.
For now?
Yeah. So first of all, our brother Naoki Yamamoto will start his story about his journey to choose Islam as his way of life. Please.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
As you see, my name is the KMI Naoki Yamamoto, and alhamdulillah, I've been Muslim for more than 6 years. And currently, I am a PhD student in the Kyoto University, and I'm studying about the Islamic movement or Islamic tradition in Turkey and Ottoman Empire. And also, as you know, that I am the converted Muslim. And a converted Muslim, it means that I'm born with a non-Muslim, but I choose to be a Muslim. And many of the Muslim brothers and sisters ask me that, well, why do I become a Muslim? But when you ask this question to the converted Muslim, there is another more important question: that how can I continue to be a Muslim? Because even in Japan, I see many Japanese who become Muslim thanks for some kind of dawah from the sheikh from the overseas, like this famous the preacher come from Pakistan, and he hold the international conference. And some Japanese got touched, and those preachers asked Japanese to say Shahada and La ilaha illallah, and she or he become Muslim. The kind of thing that happens frequently. But the problem is that I don't see that those many Japanese Muslim, unfortunately, that is why when they see the Japanese people, but they don't help they don't help them to continue to be a Muslim. And also but alhamdulillah, why I continue to be a Muslim is because I had an opportunity to meet many good Muslims who have the courage to continue to be Muslim in these difficulties, even in Turkey or Indonesia or Egypt or even other Muslim countries who are facing lots of oppression and so on. So today I want to start my story that why I become Muslim. But in addition, I want to talk that how I can continue to be a Muslim, because that is the important thing that for us, the converted Muslim is can keep their iman, especially in this non-Muslim countries. So first of all, that why do I become a Muslim is since I was a child, I had a feeling that I was believing something, which is different from the other Japanese belief. And I have a feeling that I am believing one God, but I didn't know the name. And that kind of thing continues from 10 or 20 years. And at first I thought it was a Christianity. So I entered the Doshisha University and I started to study Christianity. But the reality is I expect to study about the God, but those Christianity pastors, like ulama in Islam, they are not that interested in the God, actually. They're only interested in how to organize the church or how to get more money from the followers and so on. So I don't. Well, there is some good Christianity too, but I found it a little bit disappointing, and I started rethinking that what I was believing, and then I went to the library, and I found one book, and the book is the name is called a book about the God. And I saw this book also the Christianity and started reading, but I found it, and that book is teaching about what is the meaning of ourselves, the human being, and what is the meaning of the one God. But after I finished reading it, I found that this is not the book about Christianity. And this, in the last chapter, he said that this is the book about the Islam, and this is the book about Tawheed. But she even says that this Tawheed means that it's not the truth only for the Muslim. This is the truth for all the humankind. Because she says that one of the author, that what is the most problem that we are facing in the contemporary world, that we always think about ourselves. It's in Arabic or in Islam, it's called about nafs. And this kind of the clinging to the identity is sometimes occurs the mental corruptions among the people. And also this is what I exactly feel that before I become Muslim, because when I was at high school students or junior high school students, the teacher always teach me that how can I achieve like my goal, like in dunya, how can I be like professional, like how can I be a man with a high status, or how can I achieve to get a good salary, or how can I express my feeling to defeat others' ideas. It's called the culture of debate. This is come from America actually. This is not the culture of Japan. And I've been hating that kind of culture for a long time. Because why do I have to defeat others' ideas to keep my idea? And how do I have to study that kind of technique? Because the teachers always teach me it's the only solution to prove that you mean something. But this book of Tawheed teaches that actually human being doesn't mean anything. That only who has meaning is Allah. So for me, this is like a paradigm change. Because for like 10 years or many years, I've been studying a lot of things like math or English or like sciences for proving that I mean something to the own society. But Islam starts with a point that to understand that we actually these creatures doesn't have mean anything. This is the only solution to understand what is the reality of the world. And they also told that this is the true meaning of the freedom. Because we Japanese always believes that the freedom means the freedoms from the other authorities, like religions or some kind or like political design and so on. But in freedom in Islam, it teaches us that only freedom can ensure that we follow Allah, which has the true meaning. And when I understand this, that I feel really relaxed. Because in Japanese society, that we Japanese, we face a lot of the stress or the pressures. Like I'm not sure that you know, but if you work in a Japanese company, that even if you're late for 5 minutes, then maybe the salary will decrease, or you have the penalty, or you have to get fired, or then maybe you lose social status. But the Muslim doesn't care about that kind of worldly rules. That even this gathering, it was supposed to gather in 10:30, but all the Muslim gathering around 12 o'clock. So this is the true freedom that Muslims are enjoying. No, this is true. No, it's not no irony. because the Japanese, they commit suicide because of this. Because even that we are late for 5 minutes. Even a few months ago, the one man who drives the train, he committed suicide because the train was late for 5 minutes. And for Muslims, this is impossible. Now, why do I have to commit suicide because of 5 minutes late? And also, this is something we can offer to the Japanese, that these worldly things, right, rules or regulation, no, it doesn't mean anything. And what means something is that if we can follow the orders of Allah or not. Because even because in Japan that every 30,000 people commit suicide every year because of these 5 minutes late problems, or because we have to work from the 8 a.m. to the 11 p.m. and we cannot make any children, or even we cannot find any girlfriend or boyfriend because of, and they commit suicide. The 30,000 people commit suicide. But look at the Muslim world, that actually the Muslim in Arab countries, so Indonesia or Pakistan, they have more difficulties or problem more than Japanese do, but they never commit suicide, only few of them. Because they believe that in this worldly affairs doesn't mean something, that we have, and we believe something, which means to us in a true form. So like before so if I didn't become Muslim, I'm sure I already commit suicide and I didn't exist in this world anymore. But alhamdulillah, because I become Muslim and I found this true relaxation of the Muslim community, that now I have the tranquility, like I feel really relaxed too. And also like I don't have to care about the small tiny things because I have Iman. But also that we have to think that this Iman is like a flower, that in order to make this flower grow, we need a good soil, the land. And I want Muslim brothers and sisters to understand that this soil is the Muslim community. And many of the Japanese Muslims who failed to continue to be a Muslim because sometimes they couldn't find this good soil to make their flower, the Iman, to grow. And especially the Indonesian Muslims, one of the good things that for Japanese that we feel we can find a lot of similarities between the Indonesians and Japanese. The first one is that they're really humble. These are good things. And also their like warm attitudes toward the others. This is also the ideal thing that we Japanese also believe. So, but there's a tendency that Indonesian people, like, they're a little bit too humble to connect to the Japanese. But I recommend you to be more friendly with the new Japanese Muslim, especially converted ones, because it will make them relax and so on. And also the important thing that I always believe that being Muslim is the being global. But when I see the Kyoto Mosque, sometimes I feel disappointed that this Muslim community is often separated within the nationalities. But we the converted Muslim, since we are Japanese Muslim and we are super minorities. Even in Kyoto, I think that just 4 or 5 Japanese Muslims exist. So we cannot form our own Japanese Muslim community. So we need someone who will help them. And alhamdulillah, the Indonesian community in Kyoto is a majority of the Muslim community. So if they can mingle with the Indonesian Muslim community, it will help them a lot. Then even the start point that what is the meaning of Islam, or even how to pray, because the many Japanese Muslims, they didn't know how to pray. And also like what is also important is what to live as a Muslim, like in addition to what to believe. As I told you that after I become Muslim, I feel so relaxed because I found that the Muslim communities, like, they never care about small tiny thing, and this is also a problem in Japanese society. So if this converted Japanese Muslim can know how to live Muslim through mingling with the born Muslim, like Indonesian Muslim, I think it would be very beneficial. So in my case, what I learned, in my case, it was a Turkish community in the Turkey. Because in Japan, first I become Muslim, I couldn't find the good Muslim community here, and I feel that my iman was decreasing because I became Muslim in Egypt, so I know the Muslim culture, and at that time I was so excited. Oh, now I become Muslim. But when I come back to Japan, I don't see many Japanese Muslims, and the Muslim community was just separated. So I feel a little bit disappointing, and I feel that I start to feel that what is the meaning that I become Muslim, or maybe I don't. Maybe it's just kind of mistake or something. So I feel that my flower of iman is start to becoming small. But my teacher advised me to go to the Turkey for 1 year, and I lived with the Muslim brothers, and I learned through living with them. Because I told you the flower won't grow without a soil. So for me, the soil was the Turkish Muslim community in Istanbul. And what is the good about the living with the Muslim brother sister is that sometimes that if we learn from the website or YouTube, your knowledge will be like a bias, because you cannot choose which one is the good scholar or which one is bad, and often those kind of converted Muslims got radicalized from the through the website, because for example, like on the internet, like YouTube, the people try to appeal to the audience with these strong words, like, oh, this is wrong and this is right, and I can only choose the right thing. And the converted Muslim, since they don't have enough knowledge, then they can easily affected by those kind of strong words. But if we can live with the Muslim society, then we can learn Islam with the steps. The first, especially and most importantly, with the friends. For example, even in the some people, if they learn from the internet, they learn how to criticize other Muslims before they learn how to pray, and this is the wrong way to understand Islam. Okay? Because first of all, as I told you, the one of the most important thing to understand is how to follow the Allah who has only meaning, not to criticize the worldly affairs, because this is the secondary thing. What is important is how to believe, what is the meaning to believe in Allah, and how to practice being Muslim. So for an Indonesian community, as I repeatedly claim, that if you find a new Muslim comers, that I recommend you to mingle with it, and also not before teaching them what to do, or what is wrong and what is right. Then we have to show that what is the Muslim community are the real thing. And since I'm a Muslim, the next step is how to be a Muslim. I said that living with the Muslim communities is important, but when I live in Japan, and I have to read, and I have to depend on something. And in my case, what helped me the most is reading the classic books in the Islamic tradition. And I want to tell the importance of reading the classic, or the respecting the ancestors that we had. So I think some of them now the famous professor called Omar Fathur Rahman came came to Kyoto University as a guest researcher, and he frequently pray in the masjid. He is an Indonesian scholar who works in the Sharif Hidayatullah University in Jakarta, and his specialty is the study about the Islamic manuscript in Indonesia. And he last university that one of the problem in the Muslim society is that we have the tendency to look down on our traditions, but the following the contemporary like preachers who doesn't have enough knowledge. Especially Professor Oman emphasized that in Indonesia there is a rich culture of Islam, which is more than 500 years. But the reality is, and those scholars left the manuscript, which is written handwriting books, but most of them are now being extinct because the Indonesian people they are not strongly interested in their own tradition. But actually, those kind of the heritage is important. For example, like we, the converted Muslims, since the Islam is new in Japan, so we don't. But in Indonesia, they have a rich history that how the Islam spread within the non-Muslim land, and now the Alhamdulillah, in Indonesia is one of the biggest Islamic the Muslim country in the world. So studying about those kind of history will also benefit to the new converted Muslim that how the non-Muslim is becoming the Muslim and they create their own Islam. So that's why for me the way to keep my passion of Islam is reading the classics. Even in Turkey, in addition to mingle with the Muslim brothers and sisters, I found that why they can continue to be a Muslim. And what is important, because the country itself is a really secular state. So they never admit Islamic values for a long time. Majority of the people are Muslim, and also some of them really pious, because they maintain the iman through the classic books. And what is important is that these Islamic classics is the challenge, and also and only the best of them is now exist in the contemporary world. So we can learn the best knowledge from the best scholar if we can read the books. For example, like nowadays the contemporary liberal scholar, they say that it is important to combine the traditional Islamic knowledge and also the contemporary science and so on. And the many followers, they got moved. Oh, this is a new idea, and I never listened such a wonderful ideas in my life. But for example, in Indonesia, there is famous scholar called Hamka. He was born in 1908 and he died in 1981. But when he was 30, like 1930, he already said that it's important for the Muslim community to learn the Islamic tradition knowledge, and in the same time, we learn the modern Islamic knowledge. So Indonesian community, you already have a wonderful scholar in the history, but some of the preacher who doesn't have enough knowledge, they appeal that they can offer the new idea to the Islam, and people believe, oh, this is a new, but actually not. In Indonesia, they already have the wonderful scholar who have the traditional Islamic knowledge, and also who can challenge to the modern time. So what I want to say is that if we forget the history, that there is a dangerous that we follow the long leaders or long preachers, and often those preachers that they are very corrupted. So learning history is not only just something we can do at homework in the high school, junior high school, but this is also important to maintain our iman. Another example is what I found in Turkey. In Turkey, in the one famous mosque is a Fatih Mosque, a masjid. There is a very famous alim who was born in the Ottoman Empire. So he is the last survivor who know that what is a true Islamic country. But outside the masjid, there is another group called the Hizb ut-Tahrir. And the Hizb ut-Tahrir, every Friday they gather around the masjid and claim that we are the one who can create the true Islamic country, and we are the true one. And others are wrong and corrupted. But I want to say that the kind of group that if you want to build a true Islamic country, then why you don't learn through a sheikh who know what is a true Islamic country? And that man is teaching inside the masjid, but they never enter the masjid. They only do a demonstration, and they call that all others than wrong. So what I want to say is that the problem is if we can find what is important is to find that the true teacher, who knows the classic book and who knows the history. And just demonstration won't help. Just doing a demonstration or just like having a speech won't help anything. And as I told you that the iman is like a flower, and the flower must grow in the soil. So if we cannot find a good soil, then we cannot grow our flower in a beautiful form. Or sometimes we will ruin the iman. So as the Professor Omar Fatahur Rahman said that when we lose this history is also like a soul. Learning history is also a soul. So if we start to despise our own history, that is also the beginning of the corruptions of all the Muslim community. And also as a new converted Muslim, that it is like a treasure for us, kind of rich history or rich tradition. And even the converted Muslim, we can learn from a lot from the ancestors or the Muslim scholar who live in the times. So I finished in time. So what I must say is two things. That as a new Muslim, first of all, as a converted Muslim, what is important is that if we can find the good Muslim communities or not, because this is a start point. And the second point is the importance is for the other Muslim community is to respect your own tradition, because for the converted Muslim it is very attractive, and also it will help them to learn how Islam, Muslim land, or the Islam in a difficult situation. And once we disrespect this kind of the tradition, then the corruption of the Muslim community will start. Okay, this is all.
Thank you, and for Brother Koyim for his sharings. So before jumping to Abazit Ismail, maybe one question from me. Is it that simple after you get the book about God, one God? So you said before you go and becoming Muslims, you find a book in the British University?
Yes.
Is it after reading that book directly you go becoming Muslim? Or is there any war in your heart? Then you go from Christianity to Muslims.
Yeah, I finished reading that book. My heart is already become Muslim. But the problem is being Muslim is not only the belief; we have to practice. So that book is only teach us the Aqidah, the belief. And I was so moved, but I didn't know how to practice. But then that author's husband is teaching in the Doshisha University, and he is the one who teach me how to practice the being a Muslim. So that's through that experience too that the book is important, but also in the same time the Muslim community is important, especially the good teacher, yeah, who can teach me the gradually, not in radical sense.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I would like to just highlight some important points from our brother Moto that. Oke, ya sebelum kita ke Abdul Aziz Mas May, saya ingin menggarisbawahi beberapa poin penting ya, apa yang telah di-share-kan oleh saudara kita Koyim Oktober, bahwa sangat penting bagi kita untuk orang Islam untuk menghormati sejarah kita sendiri untuk tentang Islam ya. Kita punya banyak ulama klasik yang sangat hebat, mulai dari Hamka juga tadi dia bilang, dan beberapa yang lain. Itu perlu kita kaji lebih dalam. Itu pun yang akhirnya bisa membuat kita menjaga iman kita. Itu pun yang menjaga imannya Naoki Yamamoto. Dengan beliau belajar buku-buku klasik, sampai sekarang beliau masih muslim. Ya. Oke. Masih banyak yang bisa di-highlight, cuman mungkin waktu kita juga sedikit ya. Sekarang kita akan mendengar ceritanya Abdul Aziz Mas May, bagaimana beliau memilih Islam. Okay, now we're going to hear your story.
Okay, right.
How did you decide your life as a Muslim?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi ma'in amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Abdul Aziz Matmaya. I'm a Japanese Muslim. But maybe they told me that all the Muslim, because I became Muslim when 1983. 1983, that time, whole Japan, Masjid Kobe, Masjid Tokyo. Only two masjid. Why I became Muslim? That time is so very difficult situation for become Muslim, right? Because Islam teaches us, Allah tell us. Because from Adam alayhi salam until Muhammad sallam, because Allah gave hidayah. Because we are human being situation. Because we have eye, we have ear, we have body. Okay, I told you why I became Muslim. I introduced my family history. My father, Japanese. He's a Japanese. Because I introduced a Japanese religion. Japanese religion, there's somebody they call Buddhist Shintoism. Basically Shintoism. Shintoism, they have 8 million gods. 8 million gods, Muslim feeling like very busy. Who is worship, right? But this is Japanese religion. In the Japanese religion and Shintoism, they accept 800 years ago, 1,400 years ago, accept Buddhism from China, and also accept Confucianism. The Japanese people, they're basically, they're in a religious feeling, syncremented, right? That's the situation I became Muslim. And when 1982, I have time. I have this given chance, And when I have been to that times, they don't have no internet, right? I went to library. I get one book, Story of the Sahaba. Right? That times, I was, high school student, right? I went, and also my father Christian. And then when I was kids, I read in Bible. But because of my father told me, right, is believe in God, one of God. But they tell me, Christian pastor, they told me, Trinity. Why? Why one God? Why three God? I have a question. But at that time, I have a question. I went to the library. I get a Sahaba story. Then also my mother She was born in China. That she's living when a kid. My grandmother's side grandfather, he was living not Muslim, but he was living Muslim village. He has a relationship, so many Muslim friends, and that they have a China in the one now until now 125 million and Muslim population. But since being when Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he bring Islam and one Sahaba, right? Okay. And when I was high school student, that time I was 17 years old, right? I read in the Japanese edition story of Sahaba. The times I have question about Trinity and also Bible. That's complete. I have a question. Bible is not enough, right? Now I read in the Japanese edition story of Sahaba. That times I very surprised story of Abu Bakr Siddiq. The second one is Umar radiallahu anhu. Because Allah is give us the hidayah, right? And also I'm businessman, not completed my English, right? Sorry, but that times I read in story of Sahaba, so surprised, very surprised, because it's Sahaba only one believe is God, one believe in Allah. They spend for us so many sacrifice. Because that times I went to church, but for Christian pastor they tell us, "Oh, believe in believe in God," but no practice, right? No spend for sacrifice. Just only listen, but only one times in Sunday morning, only 1 hour and a half every week, right? But sometimes they cannot go to the church. And also, who is doing the practice, you big mistake. This is Christianity. Sometimes I have so many questions, but I read and then after that, I seeking for Quran. What is it tell me? But also my grandfather tell me, and he was living in China Muslim village. Muslim people no eating pork, but similar about Bible, right? Because and also they believe in God, one of God, similar in this Bible in ancient times. But Christianity, remember it. But my grandfather was Christian, but he has Christian, but for the relationship with Islam, right? Then after that, I get tafsir Quran in Japanese edition. I read. Oh, this is my answer, complete answer, because Bible, Old Testament and New Testament not complete, right? Because maybe coming will coming. That time is when I was Christian, maybe new messengers coming, but no writing, right? No tell me, but Quran simply answer. Tell me, because Rasulullah sallam was the messenger. The second thing, I'm very so surprised. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he can write it, he cannot read it. After becoming Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he teaching, he speaks Anil Kareem. Oh, this is a true religion. Is this a true religion? Because that after became Muslim, who is Japanese people? Sometimes now is Muslim also, right? And who is believe? What is believing? Journalism and deen, right? Sometimes we are afraid. News, right? In the TV. Allah is tell us, continue. No different way. No breaking. From the Adam alayhi salam until Rasulullah sallam. Islam also teaching practice, right? Iman and Amal. But you know that Christianity just only, Yahudi just only practice. Christianity just only Aqidah. But why? Allah is, the sent messenger, sent prophets. How to we are after hereafter enter Jannah, right? But Christianity, just only story. But their guidance, but not doing it practice. How to understand? Yahudi, they're doing it just only the tell us and practice, but no teaching Aqidah, how to enter Jannah. Allah is from Adam until Rasulullah sallallahu. This religion is a history, right? Now I became Muslim. Oh, okay, then after that, and that time is 1983. Where is masjid? That time, so very difficult situation. It's only the too much. Kobe and Tokyo. Okay, I just that time. I seeking for where's masjid? My grandfather told me. Maybe he told me. 1940. I went to the once Masjid Kobe. Oh, I remember. My Kobe is a day of masjid. Okay. I was seeking for that time. Very difficult. Telephone and the yellow page. Where's the masjid? That time is no internet, right? Then I went to Masjid Kobe, but I afraid. Maybe he is the terrorist like that. That time is long time ago. But I visited Kobe in 1983. One Philippine imam that time, and one Pakistani guy, then a Moroccan guy. Oh, please come in. Then that times I cannot do any foreign language, speak in Japanese. Sorry, I friend. And they told me, okay, no problem. Please. Then I listen. I ask so many questions. The same question. What do you think of Trinity? But I'm Christian. But at that times I have so many question about Trinity, because Allah is one, and also God is one. But Christian they say Allah is a Trinity. Why? But they told me the simple answer. Because Allah is one. Tawheed. Because so many people, we have body, right? But sometimes also being the change. Our background, our money, our status, right? And also religion change. But in Islam, not to change from Adam alayhi salam until Muhammad Rasulullah. That time, then after that, I became Islam, 1983 in the Masjid Kobe. At that time, it's May. And Shahada is also very simple. Make a ghusl. What is meaning ghusl? I asked an imam. He told me, you change. Maybe that you were born, right? Then I became Islam. After that, and I studied in Arabic. very easily understand. Because Christian, their translation, so many different languages. But English Bible, German Bible, Indonesian Bible, Chinese Bible, different. But Islam, Quran is Arabic. No different. Same. Continue. Since being aware, when a time of Rasulullah sallam. Because of deed, there is knowledge. Knowledge to the wisdom. Our iman and our iman is increased. Our iman has become yaqeen, right? But this is Quran is perfect. Then after that, I became Islam. What do you think? How to responsibility about deen? And leading, story of Sahaba. So surprised. How many Sahabas they spent for the sacrifice? One of the Sahaba, he went to, just only one hadith, went to Syria. Islam is, miracle, is knowledge, wisdom. Because Allah, and when a creation, as by words, knowledge. But knowledge is not. Knowledge became wisdom, right? Then Then after that, I studied Arabic. I went to the Libya and studied in Saudi Arabia for study Arabic. Then after that, I went to some different countries, right? But my experience, and after that became Islam, when I've been to Pakistan, somebody, they told me, which country from? I'm from Japan. You're Muslim? Yeah, I'm Muslim. They told me, Islam is a good religion. Islam is a perfect religion. Welcome Islam. But there's, make us nobody that went to the Muslim masjid, right? When I've been to the Egypt, also same situation. What? Then I'm responsibility. How many Muslims are keeping iman? Our practice is like a Sahaba. Because Sahaba is very close to Rasulullah. He has seen, it's a practice, right? Because how many Muslim people responsibility about our religion? Yeah. Because I'm very happy I became Islam. Because Islam is a very simple, but non-Muslim people, right? How to? Because believe, practice, they didn't know, right? Islam is a very, simple, the correct answer. One, just only very simple, no difficult religion. 6 iman, 5 amal. Another religion. Each school has a different teacher. So, I have, about this religion. And how many Muslims increase our iman. And then also, and after that, I became Islam. I went to different countries because Allah forgive a chance. Before I became Islam, I cannot speak in any foreign language, just only Japanese. After that, became Islam. Allah, I can speak in Arabic and also Chinese, little bit Urdu, and a little bit Sidiki, Bahasa Indonesia. Then also because Islam teaches us what is important But because we are in Japan also, I met so many different nationalities, different races. Somebody from Indonesia, Arab countries, Malaysia, and I met as Pakistan, India, Turkish also, right? Islam is that times, Sahaba times, Rasulullah Sallam. Without his nationality, he comes from where? Ethiopia. How many Sahaba? There is also the different nationality, different countries they come from. Somebody Persian, Yemen, Syria, Palestine, Egypt, right? When I have been to the Jordan, that time I went to one Sheikh. What is Islam? Because our nationality, what is the true our nationality? Our nationality is Ummat Rasulullah Sallam. This is enough, right? Because Islam tell me, right? What is important? Money important, in the knowledge important. Because also our Japanese society custom from TV, each 5 years a different customs, different tradition. But Islamic practice is no different. Since being went from Adam alayhi salam. Then after that became Rasulullah Sallam, the complete religion. No coming as a new messenger, new prophet. Allah is the gift to us complete religion. Right? Then that so many change my situation and my opinion after became Islam. What is important? Money? No. What is after finish or die? Hereafter. But eternal life. Because kafir, they didn't know. Only dunya they finish. Islam is complete religion, perfect religion. Right? I went to Malaysia. I went to Indonesia. And also I went to Turkey. I went German. I went to England. Muslim. After that became Muslim. I went to masjid. Each different nationality, we make salah. We went to the whole country. Okay. And whole country. We is busy masjid. We make salat, same udu, same halal food. But this is different, right? Then finally, why I became Muslim? This is a very happy thing. Then also, we have responsibility about this Islam. Islam is in China, have a story. One Sahaba, Abu Waqqas, he came in China, but he cannot speak any Chinese. But that times 1,300 years ago, many Chinese people, they became Islam. Why? They show in practice. Islam is, and not knowledge to wisdom. Islam is not important. Showing practice. What is guidance? How many people enter Jannah? Inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Sorry, I'm not English is not complete.
Okay,
During the week. Sorry.
Mashallah. Maybe one question before I highlight some points from your speech. Do you have any specific ways to maintain your iman? Do you have any specific ways? Like now our brother he has a specific ways which is reading classics. His way of maintain his iman. How about you?
Maintain
Yeah.
iman.
Your way keeping
Iman.
Yeah.
Yeah, iman is my opinion. Increase iman, keeping iman, right?
Yeah. How do you do that?
Do in practice.
Do you perfect?
Iman increase. And what is my salat? For increase iman, right? My udu is also increase iman, right? Because Islam teacher make udu is also each times, each action have a meaning. And then, speaking also, the brain also, heart is also, and wake up also 24 hours, my opinion, religion, deen.
Insyaallah. Ya, oke. So, alhamdulillah. Mungkin ada 2 poin yang saya ingin highlight dari sharingnya Allah SWT, bahwa hidayah adalah rahasia Allah ya. Bagaimana seorang SWT bisa masuk Islam karena ceritanya Abu Bakar radhiyallahu anhu. Jadi jangan mundur dengan kondisi zaman sekarang ya, bahwa Islam itu opennya miskin, opennya adalah teroris, itu atau opennya adalah kita nggak bisa apa-apa gitu. Kan sama seperti itu ya, miskin, nggak bisa apa-apa, dibodoh-bodohin lah sama negara-negara kayak Rusia dan Amerika atau dan yang lainnya. Tapi namanya hidayah adalah rahasia Allah. Bahkan dengan buku, dengan kisah sahabat, banyak orang masuk Islam. Dan yang kedua adalah realita bahwa ternyata dunia adalah maya, maupun itu online maupun offline, semuanya maya semua. Yang benar adalah akhirat nanti. Apa yang Allah itu tentukan, itulah yang nyata. Nah itu yang membuat utamanya setelah kita Nabi Muhammad merasakan hal itu ya, dengan maka bahwa dunia adalah fana, baik itu dunia online maupun dunia offline, semua adalah fana. Akhirnya yang penting adalah ridho Allah. Akhirnya Allah menemukan ketenangan, juga Allah juga memiliki ketenangan tersebut. Dan yang kedua adalah cara membuat iman kita terjaga dan bersyukur bahwa kita Islam adalah yang pertama, satu, membaca buku-buku klasik keislaman, yang mana Nabi Muhammad SAW beri kita tips. Yang kedua adalah dari Abdullah SAW bahwa itu menjaga iman kita, terus praktek apa yang kita ketahui tentang Islam. Wudunya sempurnakan, salatnya pun disempurnakan. Oke, mungkin ada yang mau bertanya, yang punya pertanyaan bisa ditanyakan ke 2 orang tamu kita yang mulia ini.
I'm just curious about Brother Abdul Aziz. Like you told us how you travel to different part of the world, to Pakistan and to such. Has that been your personal goal, or is it like something that has been organized, or how could you be able to be so vigorous in doing such? Yeah.
No. I went to the job and a trip. I went to different country because my wife is Chinese Muslim. Right? I often went to the China also, right? And also the Malaysia, Indonesia one time, sir. So Malaysia, so very often for the business purpose. Right? So yeah, I went to there. But after I became Muslim, right? Where is going masjid? Where I feel it. We are same brother, right? We are fellow, right? But Christianity, each church is like a different religion.
Gimana Filan?
Another?
Business purpose ya. Oke, kita masih punya waktu 14 menit lagi. Mungkin ada yang punya pertanyaan untuk Mas Nauki atau Mas Aladis? Yes, Oma.
My question is for both speakers. Actually, I'm curious how maybe you meet several Japanese Muslims in Kyoto, and then have you ever ever thought about how to gather Japanese Muslim and like having routine meeting to discuss about Islam? Because as someone who was born from Muslim family, my iman is ups and downs, and really because I have during my high school and my undergraduate period, I have one specific teacher. I call it Murabbiya, and she really helped me to be who I am now in maintaining my faith about Islam, to really encourage me to keep practicing my religious activities. So I'm just curious about you have been Muslim for this long, and you maybe have met several Japanese Muslims too, and then have you ever thought about how can you then start to perhaps gathering Japanese people, and then start to lead some because in fact what Nauki said is very relevant with my experience in learning my own religion, and I think it's also relevant with others.
But his case,
Maybe you can also give your experience.
in books, right? I think it was. But also, his
Question is, how have you ever tried to gather as a Japanese Muslim? Have you ever tried
Yes.
Japanese Muslims, and how do you maintain the community meeting? Do you have any scheduled meetings between Japanese Muslims in Kyoto?
Well, as for me, I have just like 2 or 3 Muslim friends, but I'm reading, as I said, classic books with them because it's gonna be the good start for them to learn the Islam. So I use so the class is some kind of good opportunity because I don't know why, but inviting Japanese Muslim is really difficult. Like, even for my Japanese, even though I am Japanese too, like when I said, okay, please come to the house and have some cup of tea, and they said, okay, yeah, please, thank you, I will come, then they never come. So I changed the strategy. So I searched some of the Muslim who has the will to study Islam, and I offered them teaching with a very classic books. But other strategy, sort of even for me, I failed.
okay. And also my case, my experience, since being away 33 years, I can't 1, 2, 3 the Japanese Muslim. Because our problem.
So so it means it's still a problem to gather Japanese Muslims.
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's still a problem. So we still need to make a new solution, a new strategy.
Yeah, then Japanese Muslim, but because it became Islam, but feeling understand Ummatul Rasulullah. Because of every time, each time I went to masjid, right, and different nationality.
So I have 2 Japanese friends. They are Muslim. When I met them, they wear hijab, headscarf. But after a year, when I start to forget to contact them, it was my fault. They start to not using their headscarf anymore. So the first time I met them, they told me about how being in the Muslim community is making them energizing. I mean, it makes them feel good because the ambience is very friendly, something like that. But then once they convert, it's very difficult for them to maintain their belief. But my question is, my question is actually not about that. My question is, however, what you to have experience about Islam is wonderful for me. But in my opinion, sometimes what I see in the Islamic world is not as beautiful as what I really wish it would be. How can you keep it that? I mean, I believe that Islam is good. I believe that all the teaching is great, wonderful. And if people really practice that, then this Islamic world will be very beautiful, just like the Ottoman Empire. Like we will have more scientists, Islamic scientists, something like that. But currently, the world, Islamic world, is lacking health because of some wars in Middle countries,
East.
not Middle
Middle
East.
East.
Sorry, too much talking.
Because you know the
Yeah. So how can you keep up your belief with? I believe that Islam is good, but in reality, they're not good. I believe that being a Muslim have to be punctual because Salat needs punctuality, but people are not punctual. So how you can keep up your belief with the reality of Muslim?
but now is reality Muslim, the secular Muslim I mean, right? But you know, my opinion always what is good example for our Muslim. We are right, and when over time of Rasulullah Sallallahu, when over time of Rasulullah Sallallahu, that time's Ottoman's nation, Roman Empire, and a Persian Empire. There's a Muslim country, no, right? But also the another story, when Abbasiya, in the time of Abbasiya, that time is very advanced Muslim country. Right? But after that, Mongolia come in, Mongolia is destroyed Baghdad. But after that, Tatarstan,
Become Muslim.
they became Muslim. Because Allah is show the reality for we are because of imtihan, how to say exam, right? For our iman. Reality also is our exam, right? What do you opinion? Yamamoto-san,
Finding good model is very difficult, but it's also important that as this talk, I think you'll learn that we converted Muslim. We have experience to go to the Muslim country and learn Islam. And finding a good example is important because that's what we keep as the Muslims. So that experience is help us and the courage to be a Muslim. But that's why I think the most important is like because we have a tendency that we always following the like preachers or like entertainer in like Islamic TV shows who can talk with a smooth talk. Who can talk beautifully, who can talk with just who can just actually inside is meaning nothing, but it gives some like a feel that we are intelligent. But I have for example for me I had one sheikh was died in the 103 years old. He was born just before the corruption of the Ottoman Empire, and he witnessed that all the he witnessed that his families and friends are all killed by the Muslim itself when they built the Turkish Empire. But I want to say that he left one advice is that always listen to the small voice, because the small voice has the haq, the truth. And if you learn the Muslim society, then now we have lots of preachers who can talk with a loud voice. We are right and they're wrong and so on. But as my experience, I studied or met some sheikh in Indonesia or Pakistan or Turkey or Egypt. The people who are really sincere to Islam, they always talk with a small voice, with a calm and very kind way. And also we don't have enough courage to respect those kind of sheikhs, because sometimes their words are difficult. And also another advice that my sheikh left is if we find a good Muslim, if you want to find a good Muslim friend, there's a two important things. The one is the knowledge, and another thing is the shuja. Shuja means the courage. This courage is the courage means to never abandon the Muslim friends or Muslim community. because we only have knowledge and we don't have the courage, we can easily abandon our Muslim community and only stuck in our world. But even we have only have the courage and we have community, then people start to oppress the others because they think that they are right. And one is an important thing is important to find those friends, but what is more important is that for us to become such a Muslim, that if we have knowledge and if we have a courage. And as your question, I found that what we are facing, that we are losing the kind of Muslim community, and we have to think that what is wrong.
Thank you. Okay. One more. Okay, one more. Once again.
I just informed that from several friends and Indonesian friends as married with Japanese women, or something like this. For example, for many Indonesian friends that work in Japan, they married with Japanese girl that mu'alaf, to be mu'alaf. But sometimes he said to me that it's difficult to encourage her to be Muslim, to practice Islam, to the Salah and other ibadah. So, how about your opinion on the solution to make easy to encourage their wife, or like maybe you know about the behavior of the Japanese people, or maybe any suggestion to us?
Is she already Muslim?
Actually, yes. In the akad nikah,
She converted,
convert to Muslim,
but she could not abandon her old habits like eating pork or
sometimes.
how to encourage her to
Because
convert to
those
fully.
cases, we have so many. But many Pakistanis, Indians, Bangladesh.
Like they have Japanese Muslim Japanese wife, but she cannot abandon her old habits.
No, but she's already Muslim.
Yeah, she already converted.
Muslim.
She already said
To be mu'alaf, to be Muslim.
Shahadatain, but
How long now she's been Muslim?
For example, maybe about half year
after
She makes salad.
Sorry?
She makes salad. She understands how to play salad.
Actually, maybe any
Masri
experience Masri ada
one
pengalaman
of them unfortunately they didn't
bahasa Jepang aja.
Oh,
Masri aja tanya
Because of our programs, so many Japanese Muslim, but now we have so many mixed kids have a program. Because I heard one story in even Kanagawa, but they have a chronic class. But there is a place, and father is a Pakistani, mother is a Japanese. But some Japanese, they are, they are the kids. I'm not a Muslim.
This was very thing. So do you have any idea how to?
And now we are trying to, and now is established Kobe also, studying Quranic school.
Kobe.
Yeah, and Kansai even first. But Tokai area and Kanto area, we have so many responsibility. And study the international school for Muslim children, people, right? Muslim kids. In Tokyo area, Tokai area hall. And also, ladies, Japanese, the convert Muslims classes, Islamic classes, also have in Kobe and Tokai and Tokyo area also. I did.
yeah. It's actually a really big problem. But for a Muslim, the first thing we have to understand that eating pork won't make her non-Muslim.
Yeah.
It's just a Muslim who eat pork. And also even alcohol. Like the drinking alcohol won't make her non-Muslim. It's just he is the Muslim who commits sin to drinking alcohol. So what I want to say that as long as she has the iman, then she is still Muslim. She will become non-Muslim when she says that I am non-Muslim or I don't believe Allah. And sometimes we Muslim we are very